Hello and welcome inside the Iroquois Lacrosse Arena for this first round matchup between the Peterborough Lakers and the Six Nations Arrows. I'm John Donville calling the game without Matthew Carrick today. It's just me as we get going here between Peterborough and Six Nations. Series is 1-0 so far for Six Nations, looking to take a commanding lead in this best-of-5 first round OJLL series. First possession going to the Arrows here. Good save by Cole Gervais on the first possession for the Lakers. He's been outstanding this year for Peterborough as a turnover in transition. Good play by Six Nations to get it going for their second offensive possession here. Quinn Brennan with the ball right now, transfers it. This is Landon Sinfield, number 49. And the Arrows take the 1-0 lead here. Pretty much a dream start for Six Nations. They win the first face-off, control the first two possessions. This is going to be Noah Snyder. He was the star of the first game, 2 goals and 4 assists in that first game, just steps in and lets it fly here. So the good times keep rolling for 93 for Six Nations as Snyder gets his team going early here in the first period. Good battle here on the faceoff. Going to be won by Peterborough. Frank Coyle with the good loose ball play, but ends up getting double teamed. Good support by Peterborough as they'll settle in for their first offensive possession. This is Nicholas Rude. Good look over there to Colby Wood, but a nice save by Thompson in the goal for Six Nations as Peterborough earns a repeat possession here and then ends up giving it away on the moving pick call. Going the other way for Six Nations. That's Kenny Porter leading the break. Matthew Hamill now with it, transfers it over to Snyder. Good slip pick there by Snyder, just couldn't quite connect on the pass, and Hamill now works close to the Peterborough goal. Slick shot there from 79 and Six Nations. Don't have him on my game sheet here. I think that's Joe Squire on the bouncer. And then a good save to end that possession by Gervais, settling in after the early goal. But 2 good looks there for Six Nations, including the shot off the crossbar by Squire. Over to Wood now, working with a lot of space, isolation play. That's a good stop by Thompson, a good set piece there from Peterborough, letting Wood get downhill, beat his defender. Bit of a vacate play, just having no other defender there to help. This is Landon Sinfield, 49, working with it, and a call-up for this Six Nations team. Peterborough getting up in their first transition of the day. That's Caleb Connell with the ball. Nate Sage now working with it for Peterborough. So we got another set piece here for Peterborough, looking for the cross pick. Well defended by Six Nations. And Nate Sage is going to find the back of the net for Peterborough, tying this game up 1-0, or 1-1, excuse me. Pretty good defensive possession here by Six Nations. You see the cross pick trying to get something over the top, and then Sage is just going to come around a screen. Squire tried this bouncer just a minute ago, and Sage just puts it right in the top corner. I've been saying it throughout these OJLL playoffs. That bouncer to the top corner, one of the prettiest shots in the game. And Sage gets a good answer for his team. This is going to be a close series. The game one was 8-6, 3 separate ties. Six Nations had a bunch of opportunities to let that game get away from them. They just stuck with it. That's kind of been the story of their season. 5 overtime games, including 4 overtime wins. So it's not over until the final buzzer sounds for this Six Nations team. Good defensive possession there for the Lakers. Frank Coyle with the block shot at the end. Good eat. Don't rub it, Frank. As Peterborough works right to left on your TV screen. This is Michael Blademeyers with the ball. Now to Daniel Clark. And the goal, shot scored by Nicholas Rude for the Lakers. 2 in a row here for Peterborough. As Rude takes the nice pass, I believe, from Sage here. Notice the spacing by Peterborough. The middle's wide open. And then just a good slip there by Rude, who catches it. Nice catch and release. Gets the ball out right on time. Rude was the leading scorer for this Peterborough team in the regular season. 37 goals, 42 assists. Had 6 assists in that opening round game, but even though the points are nice, it's got to feel good for Rude to see a goal of his own go through the hoop. And now Peterborough, working again on offense. We've had pretty good pace here throughout these first 5 minutes. Matthew Drimmy working here. First time we've called his name tonight. Going to work on his defender. Wow, another shot by Rude. What a shot that was. The stick is hot for Nicholas Rude tonight as he gets his second in about a minute. Pretty good defense here from Josh Rickey on Six Nations. End up drawing a slide though, and Rude just steps in and ropes that thing off the pipe. Looking around saying, "Are you not entertained?" Good shot as we continue to roll here throughout this first period. Good loose ball win for Peterborough. That's collected at the end by Nick Crowley. Plays his college lacrosse at Princeton. Going for a jaunt in the offensive zone now. That's a good loose ball play. We've seen some good battles, even loose ball play off these face-offs. Going to be something to watch for both teams as we continue throughout this game. Good, another shot by Rude, looking for the 3 times the charm. A nice save by Thompson. Maybe some numbers here for Six Nations. Something I'm noticing so far. Peterborough keeping it very spread out offensively, allowing them to see the cutters. That's a good take by Six Nations. That was Dalen John Hill getting to the goal, but a nice save from Gervais. And then a moving pick at the end of this by Daniel Clark as we'll go back up for Six Nations here. With the goal, it's been a little bit since they've had a settled opportunity here. So look for a good set here from Six Nations, maybe a set piece, something like that, something just to get their flow going back offensively after the hot start. Another moving pick call. Referees certainly setting a good precedent on that note. Seen a couple of them throughout the first half here as Peterborough transferred it to Wood, and they'll look to play more offense. Again, notice how wide the Peterborough offensive players are, just leaving a lot of space in the middle of that offense. Great save by Thompson off another pass to Nicholas Rude, looking for his 3rd goal there of the period. That's a pretty good look. Peterborough utilizing the behind the net space pretty well too, to just give a lot of space to their athletic offensive players. Snyder back to Jimerson there. Pretty good look. And Peterborough's going to let it run over for the over and back. 3-1's your score. 12:37 left in the first period here. Again, Six Nations leading the series 1-0. Obviously looking to defend home floor and take a commanding 2-0 lead in this best-of-5 series. That was Drimmy to Wood there, but a nice, well-defended by the Six Nations defense. Thought Wood might have had a chance to catch that and stuff it, but good finish to that possession for Six Nations. And Matthew Hamill initiates the offense now on the left wing for the Arrows. That was Landon Sinfield on the shot. Well stopped by Gervais. Gervais was sharp in that first game of this series, making 38 saves on 46 shots. By the stats, Six Nations won the shot battle. So Gervais was pretty good. Not obviously enough to win the game, but as we see Peterborough initiate again here. Good shot by Drimmy, and then Rude looking for something at the end of the shot clock. Peterborough doing a good job setting up a lot of isolation opportunities for their offensive players and initiating a lot of their offense from the lefties. Some pretty good shooters, obviously, with Rude and others on that right side. So looking to initiate from the left side and let the righties step in. Another moving pick by Six Nations here as Peterborough gets the ball up the floor. Maybe some numbers here. Frank Coyle with the ball right now. He'll transfer to Wood, initiating in the two-man game off the left wing. Picked off by Six Nations. 2-on-1 opportunity now. Hit the trailer. And a good defensive play there by Lucas Osborne getting back for the Lakers. Cole Palace there on the interception, making a nice play for Six Nations. That was a good possession defensively for them. Just bad luck in the transition opportunity. This is Drimmy going with the behind the back shot. A nice take. Another isolation opportunity and a back in call by. It's going to go against Six Nations here. So Peterborough going to have another opportunity to dial up some offense. Coyle's going to bring this thing in here over to Wood. Sam Trumbull working with it now. A couple D guys out for Peterborough. See what they can get going here as Wood operates out of the corner. That's a good shift from Quinn Brennan, 16 in white, causing the turnover on Wood, getting the ball going the right direction for Six Nations. Matthew Hamill now carrying down to the half boards where he likes to operate. Now to Joe Squire, back to Hamill. Caleb Connell had the defense there, trying to get it up to Riley Simpson. Couldn't quite connect, and Six Nations, is going to get a chance to play back-to-back offensive shifts here. We saw this as a major storyline last night in Mimico, the ability to earn resets. So important late in the season as the temperature picks up and the stamina gets tested. Nice loose ball there. That's Kalen Smith for Six Nations as they're going to earn another reset. The original shot there was from Landon Sinfield, who's been sharp throughout the start of this game, but Gervais up to the task. Here's Sinfield again. Pretty good looking shot there. We had a good view of that one from our camera angle, but a nice save by Gervais. Peterborough clearly trying to push the Six Nations offensive players down the alley into those alley shots. But you obviously need Gervais to make the saves, and so far he's been stout. Here's Rude working on a big period so far over to Wood. Looking for Rude again. As Peterborough continues to work the ball behind the net. Has been successful for them for the most part, but well defended there. Good opportunity for Six Nations. That was blocked by Seven Gillingham on Peterborough. Six Nations got to keep pushing those in transition. They had some good looks. Just some bad luck with the shooting here as Drimmy's going to initiate for Peterborough. Matthew Drimmy going to work here. That was Finley Watson going to net. Well defended by Six Nations. Looking to get underneath, but that was pretty good defense. As after a chaotic first few minutes here, we've settled in to close to 10 minutes without a goal here. Hamill initiating for Six Nations now. Over to Snyder. Great save by Gervais. That's great offense, though, from Six Nations. McKay Jimerson, the rookie, with the good look at the end of that. One of a couple rookies in the lineup for Six Nations. The future is bright for this club, no doubt about it. Penalty upcoming now. Just Gervais gets out of the goal. See if Peterborough has time to get the sixth man in there. And they're not going to need it as Drimmy gets another one for the Lakers, pushing this game to 4-1. Just under 7 minutes in the first period as Matthew Drimmy gets on the board for the Lakers. These situations can be tough sometimes. You're waiting for the 6-on-5. Sometimes the defenders are just kind of waiting, and Drimmy opens up his hips, gets his left hip back, allows him to get some real mustard on that thing, and just blows it through the 5-hole. .653 remaining here in the first period. 4-1 is the lead for the Lakers. Just getting a brief water break here for the goaltenders, and we'll get right back at it. William White taking the face-off for Peterborough. Josh Rickey for Six Nations. These have been fun battles. Good play by Crowley there to get it back for Peterborough, but now they got to clear it against this 8-second clock. Caleb Connell gets it done for Peterborough as they'll go back and play more offense here. Certainly feels like the balance of play have been shifted towards the left side of your TV screen here with the Lakers playing quite a bit of offense. Probably the 6th or 7th moving pick we've seen here throughout the first period, but most of them have been pretty obvious calls, including that one here, as Six Nations will again attack left to right on your screen. Oh, good opportunity for Jimerson there. That was a set piece. Getting the lefty over to set the pick for Jimerson, who comes around the screen, goes for the behind the back shot. Is a good idea. Didn't miss by much here. This is Michael Blaymeyers. Over to Daniel Clark. Now down to Colby Wood. Looking for an up pick here maybe. Just do it himself, but a good save by Thompson, who's up to the task. Wood, obviously a big, strong athlete. He's had a lot of success getting underneath his defender. Clearly that's the game plan for Peterborough. Spread out the defense and attack some of those matchups. Penalty coming to Six Nations here. Not sure who this is going to be on. I think this is going to be on Gillingham, 7 Gillingham. As we'll see this Six Nations power play go to work for the first time. That was a good shift from Landon Sinfield, drawing the penalty. I think it was right a hold right in there. And we'll see the first power play of this game for the Arrows. Snyder over to Hamill, back to Snyder. Nice block by Riley Simpson. Good eat, Riley. Don't rub it. That's a great shift from the Lakers. You heard Coach Robert Hope, and now they're going to get a delay of game penalty. You can hear Coach Rob Hope yelling shooter low throughout that possession, indicating that Noah Snyder was low, a guy that they had targeted as a possible, as the guy that they would want the offense to run through. So I've been talking about that throughout the playoffs. When you see guys out of position on the power play, typically they're going to find their way back to their natural spots. Good recognition from the bench there, and a good shift, good block by Simpson, and then the delay of game at the end of it. And we'll play 4-on-4 here for about a minute and a half. This is Matthew Drimmy going to work yet again. Over to Rude. Hunting that top corner. Our viewers had a good angle of that one. Good save by Thompson in the goal. Rude has had obviously the 2 goals and a number of other good opportunities here as Drimmy initiates one more time. Over to Drimmy with a lot of space here. That's outstanding defense by Blaze Becker for Six Nations, staying really patient. Drimmy, obviously a quick player. Becker doing a good job of sinking his hips and just staying patient on the multiple moves here as Sinfield gets a good look for Six Nations. Kalen Smith now over to John Hill. Outstanding end to that possession for Six Nations. Both William White blocking the shot and then well called out from the bench. A call every team has, usually called black or blue, just trying to keep the ball on the ground and not pick it up. Peterborough's going to momentarily pull their goalie here. Gervais out of the net as the clock is not running. A little bit of confusion. Peterborough bench doesn't love it, but they'll get a brief power play here at the end of it. Good save by Thompson on Rude. That was a pretty good look. I think Peterborough maybe lost out a little bit of power play time with a differential between the shot and game clock. Still a good look for Rude as Ricky controls now for the Arrows. Good defensive shift there from the Lakers, including Mason Cree, who controls the ball right now. He'll give it up to Blademeyers here and stay and play. We've seen several of these Peterborough defenders stay and play offense. Cree giving it a go here. This is Nate Sage, well defended by Six Nations. That's a good set for the Arrows. Very well defended. A late shot by the Lakers to get one on goal, but that's what you're looking for if you're Six Nations, keeping them out to the perimeter. John Hill kicks it back now to Snyder. Back to John Hill now, working from the left wing. And he buries his first of the game. That's Dalen John Hill. We've seen this look several times from the Lakers. You're going to see the on-ball defender really try to take away the top side, and then the bottom guy just has to split the 2-on-1. A little bit late of a rotation from Peterborough, and John Hill just hammers it into the bottom right corner. That's a nice-looking shot here, and a big goal after Six Nations took the 1-0 lead. 4 in a row for Peterborough. That's a big answer for Six Nations here, as with 1:37 left, you always want to win the times before the period. We've seen that be really crucial to momentum throughout these OJLL playoffs. Miscommunication there from the Lakers. They end up throwing it away. Ricky brings it up now for Six Nations, who will look to tack on and maybe one or two more before the end of the period here. Now with Matthew Hamill going to work. Pretty nice roll move there. You can hear the crowd. That one felt like it was going to be good, but a nice save by Gervais there. 50 seconds here. Expect Peterborough to look for a 2-for-1 here pretty soon. As Rude goes to work again. Nice save by Thompson. Big loose ball in the corner here. I think still looking for that 2-for-1 there from Peterborough as Rude takes the shot. Six Nations now going to call timeout. So 25 seconds left on the game clock. 4-2 is the score. Looks like about 30-ish seconds. Should be just less than 30 seconds on the shot clock here. So unlikely that Six Nations will be able to take their goalie out. Expect this to be a 5-on-5 possession here for the Arrows. Here's a look at that last score from Friday night, between Six Nations and Peterborough. Noah Snyder and Nicholas Rude, the high scorers in the game. Snyder, 2 goals, 4 assists to lead the way for Six Nations. 6 assists for Rude for Peterborough. Pretty balanced scoring. No one on Six Nations had more than 2 goals. As we take a look around the OJLL right before this last possession, Toronto Beaches up 2-1 on the Orangeville Northmen in what everyone expects to be an outstanding series. St. Catharines up 3-2 over the Burlington Blaze, and Mimico with a 3-1 lead over the Brampton Excelsiors here. All 4 Ontario series in action right now. Thompson is out of the goal, so this is a 6-on-5 opportunity now. Peterborough shutting Noah Snyder early. Now they'll start their possession. This is Matthew Hamill. Dalen John Hill gets the look at the end of the possession, but well defended by Peterborough. Pretty clear the intention there to make anybody other than Noah Snyder get the ball. We just mentioned Snyder was the leading scorer in that first game here, so not a surprising strategy at all for the Lakers, and one that works out well. Good start for Peterborough, 4-2 after one period. We'll be back in just a few minutes with more OJLL action.
Gatorade. With electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat, carbs to help fuel your working muscles, and fluids to help you hydrate. Scientifically formulated so you never stop competing. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel.
Get ready, Ottawa. Box lacrosse is returning to its Canadian roots and giving the nation's capital the team they deserve.
What's up, OJLL fans? Recently on the Back of the Bird podcast, we have been asking your favorite NLL players and some legends too about their interesting gear that they wore throughout their careers. So old gear, some guys used the same piece of equipment throughout their whole careers, and we've had some good stories with the early days of the NLL too. You can find the Back of the Bird podcast at www.lacrosseculturedaily.com and also follow Lacrosse Culture Daily for box lacrosse coverage all summer long. Let's get into it. Here are some of the most interesting responses we've had about lacrosse equipment.
Was there any and obviously you played for some time too, was there any specific piece of equipment you had forever, or some sort of a weird thing that you would wear, or something you couldn't, get rid of, or anything like that?
I don't know if you guys remember this. You could probably, Paulie might be able to remember it because you might have been playing around when I was still going. You would have been. I had the cage, but what I did was I had the ear flaps because I got the bad ears, right? So believe it or not, guys take your head off and you cut my ears up. But the biggest thing is because of the beak. So I had the mask was always so close, and I didn't want it. I didn't want the Jason Walder way out there, the helmet wheelie. So what I did, I had to have the mask, and the hooder was about this far, guys, from my face. So I went to my grade 9 football guy, and I said, I want one of those chin cups, those real foam, real tough chin cups. And I put my chin strap on. I have a real good snap, and you could punch me in the face, cross check me right here, and it wouldn't go into my face. And I wore that till I was done, but I got gummed so bad. But you know what? You grow up with this thing, you hurt back pretty good. So I was.
That's amazing.
I love it.
Was there any piece of gear that you used the whole way through? Any piece of ironically old gear that you had, or you always kind of stayed up to date?
I used one piece of mesh my entire NLL career.
No way.
What?
That's the odd one.
You know what's really sad though? I was coaching and I left it at the Ladner covered box and I've lost it.
It's gone.
Oh, it's just gone after all those years. Yeah. So now I have a warp. It's embarrassing.
Oh no!
We can get you a stick.
Because I can leave it wherever and it just throws the same forever.
Well, it's a gear-related story. So I used the same set of shoulder pads and kidney pads since I want to say it was 2000. It was 2000. Marty O'Neill just started Max Lax.
Yeah.
And I still have the pads. My son yanked them out because I kept them. I wanted to put them in a case because I worn them for, basically, in my 17 years, I think it was 15 years. They're sewed together multiple times, but I still got the Max Lax gear. And I remember he gave them to me and I was one piece. They had the arm pads were built into it. I ended up cutting the arm pads off. I used those for a couple of years, but the shoulder pads, kidney pads, they're all in one little piece. I would throw my gear on. I could have my jersey on, just be like a goalie and just kind of put my arms through. But yeah, I used them my whole career. And I still think they're solid gear. Not much padding, but they were solid for me anyways. So
That's awesome.
Gear now has changed so much.
Well, the question we've been asking is how old are your kidney pads? So that you answered actually the question. But one other gear-related question: what was it like that one year when you guys had to wear the field helmets in the NLL?
Oh, they had the orange right here, right? Those ones. Yeah, they were awful. So we ended up doing a few guys kept them, and you had to wear a 4-pointer. So everybody kind of adjusted the 4-pointer so it wasn't sitting on your chin. And I remember the first few games, you had that big plastic piece that went underneath. And anytime you turn your head, you'd hit your shoulder pads and stuff like that. So guys started hacking off the bottom part, but the mask wasn't long enough. So it was just basically under it wasn't even under your chin. So then we're okay, we had these funky kind of plastic pieces in the front. So we're let's take these cages off. And then we would jerry rig these other cages
love this era
back on
of the
there.
league.
And most of the time they were taped, or we added new screw holes and put screws in. So by the end of the year, most of our team, there was a few games, maybe AJ Shannon was the only one that was used to playing field lacrosse and he still wore it. Everybody else had kind of gassed the mask. A few teams, I think it was Washington, they mandated that you couldn't change the helmet. I was in Buffalo at the time and we tore it up. We didn't care what the league said. We were no, we were the bad news bandits. We could do what we wanted. So that's what we did.
And the last one is we've had some guys on, they've talked about like Garrett Billings said he used like the same piece of mesh his whole NLL career. Like you've seen the kidney pads I wear, those things are from Pee Wee. Like, is there any kind of like hilarious little piece of gear that you have, or any like certain thing that you do to your gear whenever you get it, or anything like that?
No, I don't really like cut my gloves or anything, or anything like that. I would, so basically when I tape a stick at the beginning of the season, like I'll tape it, pretty high up the shaft.
Don't say you're the one tape a year guy.
Yeah, I went through five shafts this year. So like, I was, 5 shafts, 18 games. So, you're taping it every third game essentially. But yeah, no, I tape it at the beginning of the year and then I don't touch it.
That's amazing. That makes Donnie want to throw up on the spot.
It does. Actually, my roommate in college, like, I think went 2 years before he taped his stick, and it pissed me off. It shouldn't. It's just a stupid thing that I'm.
Yeah, like that whole time I was injured, I didn't play, so I had this stick that was just super yellow and greasy because I was using the stick all the time, but it wasn't getting hit or anything. Right. And so the tape was like basically part of the shaft at that point. So until I bent that, like I went 2 years, I think, or no, not 2. It was probably 15 months with that tape on it, and when I broke
it turns to dust when you take it off. It's like it's basically ripping apart, and you can't get it off. It's leaving half the sticky part on the shaft if you ever do retape it. But that's funny.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening, and don't forget to follow along with Lacrosse Culture Daily all summer long. Let's get back to more OJLL action. Welcome back inside the ILA here. 4-2 is the score for the Peterborough Lakers over the Six Nations Arrows. I'm John Donville. Welcome back to another edition of the OJLL playoff action. Just briefly before we hit the face-off here, bouncing around now 2-2 between Orangeville and Beaches. St. Catharines still leading 3-2 over the Burlington Blaze, and then a commanding 5-1 lead for the Brampton Excelsiors. That's your out-of-town scoreboard here as we'll kick off the second period. Great loose ball play by Crowley for the Lakers. Good job getting it over, too. This is an athletic Lakers group. Certainly noticeable, the size and athleticism, especially number 9 right here. This is Wood going back to work. A lot of space for him. And that's what we've seen a lot. A lot of space and a lot of dynamic isolation plays. Oh, it's a bad bounce for the Lakers. Just wasn't looking at it. Going to get the ball back here. Wood again. Now to Clark. This is Nicholas Rude. Back to Wood. Another isolation play. Good save there by Thompson at the end. They're just going with those low vacates a lot. Really puts a lot of pressure on the low defenders of Six Nations, because if you leave your guy, they're open. And if you stay with your guy, Wood can just get underneath here. This is Noah Snyder over now with Matthew Hamill. Good look for Snyder. Nice save by Gervais. Pretty clear call from the Peterborough bench at the end of that possession, signaling that black call. As Drimmy will operate from the midboards for the Lakers. This is Rude. Daniel Clark on the shot there. Nice save by Thompson. Potential transition opportunity here for Six Nations. Yanni Thompson was pushing it up there. Over now. This is Kalen Smith going to work for Six Nations. To Squire, now to Sinfield. Another outside shot. Good save by Gervais, just swallowing that thing up. Trying to throw to a player who wasn't yet on the floor there as Six Nations moves up the floor. This is Blaze Becker. Hard to tell in the wash here, but I think a couple offensive players stuck for Peterborough. We'll see if Six Nations can make him pay here. Good save by Gervais. A little bit of a spooky one for the goaltender there. Not sure if he had it. Pretty good look there for Six Nations, who have had a couple good shots here throughout the first 3 minutes of this period. Turnover there by Wood. That was Porter on the defense. Now he's going to push. Just wide, but that's a good shift there from Kenny Porter. Loose ball here by Squire as Six Nations will settle into their offensive flow here. Over to Noah Snyder. Good battle here with Crowley. Not sure if the Lakers needed to slide there, creating just a little bit of offense for Peterborough. Wow. Back-to-back saves there from Thompson. And whistle here is going to be for an equipment issue. That was pretty lacrosse there. Up the floor for the Lakers to the righty coming off the bench. Inside to Crowley, but a good save by Saga Thompson, and then a nice save on the rebound here. So this is Sam Trumbull, excuse me. Thompson gets post to post, makes the save, and then makes another one on Trumbull, squeezing that 5-hole here. This is Jimerson. Squire now to Hamill. Back to Jimerson. Inside to Squire. Nice behind the back shot, fought off by Gervais. A little bit of rough stuff here. I think just getting tangled up. That was a good set from Six Nations, though, getting Squire the good look inside. Just a nice save. So now Sinfield will operate down to Hamill. Over to Snyder, who looks to go to work. Good pick and roll there by Jimerson. That's McKay Jimerson. One of the best rookies I've seen this year in the OJLL, but a well defended, just couldn't get the pass through from Snyder. Another good look there for Nicholas Rude. Off that same cross pick we've seen several times now for Peterborough. It's worked pretty effectively for them. Although starting to get a little bit of a scoring drought here after the hot start. 3 or 4 in the first few minutes there. It's been a minute since Peterborough found the back of the net, but goals can come in bunches. Good look by John Hill hunting that low angle again. Gervais to Crowley. See Peterborough's appetite for risk here. That's well done. That's good transition play. Crowley inside to Clark and then back to Blademeyer. It's good look. Nice save by Saga Thompson, who's been pretty sharp throughout this game. Now with Noah Snyder. Again, the leading scorer in that first contest. Over to Sinfield. Wow, good opportunity there. And another one for Hamill. It's the old look what I found loose ball, just waiting there. Ends up getting 2 for the price of 1, but 2 good saves by Gervais as the goaltenders making their impact known on this team. This is Sage in the corner. Nate Sage operating for Peterborough. Bad transfer by the Lakers here. Unforced error as Peterborough, Six Nations going up the floor, but unforced error of their own here. This game gets a little helter-skelter here. This is Rude. Now Blaemeyer's back to Rude. Michael Blaemeyer's going from the midboards here. Good spin move there by Matthew Drimmy. But Josh Rickey with the good defense. Drimmy finished the season with 21 goals, 35 assists, third on the team in scoring for the Lakers. McKay Jimerson, 16 goals, 24 assists. As Dalen John Hill gets back in the scoring column, his second goal in a row here. As Six Nations gets their second goal in a row. And now we have just a one-goal game. Just hides behind that screen really well. Lets the two-man game go and then reaches out that left-handed stick and ropes it back to the near side. That's a nice shot from John Hill. As we expected, this game was going to be tight. Six Nations, like I mentioned, 5 overtime games, several more one-goal games. This is a team that, if they win tonight, will be up 2-0. They needed to win on Wednesday night even to make the playoffs. So a team that started the week with a lot on the line in a negative sense now has, huge opportunities ahead of them. This is Wood now to Sage. Pretty good look for Nate Sage, but now they'll go the other way. Blaze Becker for the Arrows. Nice save by Cole Gervais here, and reverse transition opportunity for the Lakers. They'll elect to slow it down. It's a big save by Gervais to keep this lead intact for the Lakers. Matthew Drimmy. I don't know what that pipe did to him, but just smokes it off the crossbar here as Wood will go back to work with the cross pick. Well defended by the Arrows. Back in call against the Arrows after the shot from Finley Watson. So Peterborough will play their second possession here. Good take by Wood, just couldn't get it by Thompson. Wood's getting whatever he wants on the isolation plays as we have a good loose ball battle won by Rude. Reset here, so the third straight possession against a tired defense. We've seen these be important scenarios all summer long. Pretty good look from Rude there, just couldn't get it on target as Six Nations look to play some offense for the first time in a couple minutes. Snyder down to Jimerson. This is Sinfield. Inside, John Hill couldn't quite connect on the pass. And a good finish to that possession for the Lakers. That was the combination of Coyle and Caleb Connell making the play there. As Crowley carries it now for the Lakers, we'll transition to the offense. Drimmy goes to work again in his sweet spot there in the low wing. Back to Drimmy here, down now to Nate Sage. Good look inside to Blaemeyers. Crease call there, but didn't matter. Thompson up to the task. Joe Squire, as Gervais said, anything you can do, I can do better. Thompson gets drilled into the boards. And we're going to have a penalty on, I believe this is going to be on Six Nations. I don't think I saw this. Josh Rickey heading to the bench. Looks like a trip call. And we're going to get a water break here. I think that was behind the play. Six Nations asking the refs why didn't they call it sooner. So I'm assuming that was when Six Nations was coming up. But two outstanding saves there. First from Thompson on the good look from Blameyers, and then Gervais standing tall in that Peterborough goal. Just one goal here throughout the second period, and we're almost halfway through. Not very many penalties either in this game. We're flying through the first 30 minutes of this contest. Again, scores do tend to go down in the playoffs. We saw 8-6 game from these two teams in the first game, On track for obviously exactly that score right now. Reminder, the Six Nations team, Thunder Hill, their leading scorer on the season with 52 points. He plays for St. Catharines now. So it's been a scoring by committee approach, and the offense has come alive recently. But thanks to Thompson, this defense, they've been obviously good enough to make the playoffs. Good save there from Thompson. Off the cross floor feed. Those are the looks that Peterborough's trying to scheme up, though. Moving screen call. Six Nations looking to kill off this penalty. We have another clock issue. Not sure. Something's as Nick Crowley's going to have transition opportunity here. I think Peterborough benefited from a clock issue here. They're going to have a little extra time on the power play. 10 seconds left on this power play as Peterborough will go to work. This is Wood, now to Clark. To Drimmy. Backdoor, nice save by Thompson. That was Rude looking for his hat trick. Thompson plays a deep, as a slashing penalty coming up here. Peterborough should shoot this. Blameyers looks hurt. Hopefully he's okay. Good look to Sage. What a save from Sugga Thompson there. Hopefully Blameyers is okay there, heading off the floor. Grabbing that hand. I don't need to have it explained to me how much those hurt. So we'll see. This is going to be the call right. You see it right there. Yeah, that's those hurt. So 36 seconds of 5-on-3 play here for the Lakers. You have to make these cash. You're not going to get 5-on-3 opportunities very often. A huge advantage here. Thompson plays deep in his net, plays pretty much on the goal line. That's what lets him get to so many of these cross crease feeds. If you're Peterborough, as they got 5 minutes here on the clock for the Six Nations penalty. Six Nations bench not happy about it. So it will be 5-on-3 for 36 seconds and then 5-on-4 for 4 more minutes after that. Obviously, the Lakers need to make up some ground here. Wood down to Drimmy. Over to Clark. Goes for that bounce shot. Well saved by Thompson. Big loose ball play here in the corner. That's well done by Daniel Clark to win it for the Lakers. Keep them on this power play, although the 5-on-3, is going to expire. As you see Ricky getting back into play. So 5-on-4 now for 4 minutes, 15 more seconds. Wood to Drimmy. To Wood. Over to Clark. Wood. Hunting that bottom left corner, and look out. Transition opportunity for Six Nations. Blaze Becker. He's going to pump the brakes. I think that's a good decision there by Becker. Especially with this being a major penalty. You want to take as many possessions off it as you can. Blaze Becker continuing to just hold it in the corner. Not surprised that Peterborough's not playing this thing too aggressively. They know they're getting the ball back. Becker capable of playing both sides of the ball. A transition defensive player primarily. 6 goals, 10 assists for 16 points on the season. That's a lot for a guy spending most of his time coming out the back door. So you got to watch out for Becker in transition here. This is Nicholas Rude controlling back to Matthew Drimmie. Sick pass inside to Sage. But Thompson just there to swallow it up. Plays such a quiet game in the goal. Not a lot of movement. Just lets the ball hit him as Ricky tests the waters for Six Nations. Starting to become a bit of a scoring drought here for the Lakers, but you know, what are you going to do when you're getting good looks? You just got to hope that a couple more of them go in, but Saga Thompson been in excellent, especially in this second period. I don't want to jinx anybody, but the Peterborough Lakers have the same number of goals at the start of this period as they do now. Wood and Clark playing catch. Now Colby Wood. Clark into Sage. And the broadcaster jinx strikes again here as Nate Sage buries it for the Lakers, who break that extended scoreless drought here and get their first goal of the second period. Just a good little slip seal by Sage and a nice pass in. Didn't catch if that was Clark or Rude on the pass in there. Without Blaymeyers here, presumably, you have to see him return to the bench here. So it's going to be a lot of Clark and Rude on that right side, looking to make some plays for the Lakers, who, as a reminder, you can score twice on a 5-minute power play. So they have still 2 minutes of power play time here. And you got to get these. You got to get everything you can out of these major penalties. You're not going to get them very often. Back to Colby Wood here. Now this is Nicholas Rude. Watch Sage looking for those little slip seals. That's going to get it right here. Pretty much the same play. Well saved by Thompson. Sage is going to be open again here. Wow, what a save. Pipe to pipe to pipe. Good offense from the Lakers. Oh, it was Clark to Drimmie to Rude, but Thompson gets pipe to pipe back to the original pipe to make that save. This is Ray Cortez working for Six Nations. Pretty good opportunity, actually, as Peterborough needs to clear this ball cleanly, and they will. Good loose ball play there by Trumbull. Just getting it up the floor, going in the right direction. Obviously, these 5-minute power plays are tough because it's a 2-for-1. You're risking goals against, and you're not getting much going forward, as we haven't had very many interruptions here throughout this second period. Good eat. Colby Wood looking for the shot there. I think that was Kenny Porter in the crease. Jeez, Lewis Alfred actually putting his body on the line for his team. And Sage is going to earn another opportunity for his club here. 15 seconds left in this power play. Six Nations will look to kill this thing off and finally get back to playing some offense. Watch Sage again. Good save from Rude at the end of that. Watch the guy out of the box. Up, this is Cole Powless working for Six Nations, and they need a good set here. Altogether, that was really well defended there with the 5-on-3 and then the extended 5-on-4 to only give up 1 goal. That's a win for the Arrows as Jimerson steps in. Tries that bouncer. Good save by Gervais. A little bit of pace coming back into this game now. The penalty's over. 4-on-1 it looks like for Six Nations here. Well defended there by Riley Simpson. That's Jaden Jimerson carrying it up. Good defense all around there for the Lakers, creating the turnover. Simpson up now to Trumbull. As Peterborough will look to settle into a 5-on-5 possession here. Matthew Drimmy going to work with a lot of space. Sage coming over to set the pick. And Drimmy just lets it fly to the top right corner. Excellent two-man game there by Peterborough. The goal in a two-man game is to get 2 guys to play you. And watch this slip pick right here by Sage. He gets both guys to play him just for a second, creates the opening for Drimmy, who ropes that lefty shot, smooth stroke to the top right corner. Some of the sweetest shooters we've seen come out of Canada in recent years wore the blue and green. Guys like Mike Robinson, Ethan Walker, Owen Hilt, all of those lefty underhand three-quarter releases. Drimmy's got a little bit of that to his game. Puts it in a good spot there. Sinfield now. Over to McKay Jimerson. Doesn't miss that corner by much. Sinfield called in the crease here as Peterborough will go up the floor. This is Nick Crowley. Drimmy looking for his second goal in 2 possessions here. Good opportunity there for Finley Watson. Fought off by Thompson, but more offense here for Peterborough. You got to imagine the Six Nations offensive players getting a little restless there over there on the bench. Clark will try again to no avail. Colby Wood going to work now. Somebody's open. And it's going to be Wood at the end of that. Nice save. But again, Wood is just getting good looks whenever he feels like it. Snyder now avoiding the double team for Six Nations. Over to Joe Squire. This is Dalen John Hill for Noah Snyder. Tons of room. And he makes no mistake. Snyder says, remember when you shut me off? I'm going to get wide open and stuff this thing in the top corner. Good seal by Cortez as Snyder comes. He's wide open, folks. That's a shooter's dream, and he puts it right in that top corner. He's got a sweet stroke. That right-handed underhand shot actually not dissimilar to Drimmy. And that's a big goal for the Arrows here to get this thing back to 2 goals with just a minute left. Just over a minute left here in the second period. Another fun face-off battle here. Cole Powless and Seven Gillingham going at it. It's going to be eventually won by William White here for Peterborough. And look out, Daniel Clark sitting behind the play. Peterborough's come up with a lot of those extra possessions via the face-off, and not very often on clean face-off wins, but just scrapping them out as Drimmy's got a lot of room here to operate. elects for the shot. It's going to be looking for a 2-for-1 opportunity. Wow, nice save by Gervais here as we get up and down. This game is highly caffeinated. Caleb Connell with the look. Gervais and Thompson just trading saves here on one-on-one transition opportunities. Nation's going to elect to play 5-on-5 here. Good look for John Hill going down the alley. Probably not enough time here. Crowley's got to shoot it. Pretty good attempt, actually, at the end of the period. Fun second 20 minutes of action here at the ILAs. You're going to see the opportunity for, I believe that was Dalen John Hill. Nice save by Gervais. Crowley gets it right up to Connell. And then Thompson up to the task, read that one the whole way. Not very many goals there throughout the first 10 minutes, and then a fury at the end as we continue to have a fun game here, and we'll have 20 more minutes of great lacrosse here after the break.
Gatorade. With electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat. Carbs to help fuel your working muscles. And fluids to help you hydrate. Scientifically formulated so you never stop competing. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Get
Get ready, Ottawa. Box lacrosse is returning to its Canadian roots and giving the nation's capital the team they deserve.
Hello and welcome back inside the ILA here in Six Nations. 20 minutes left to play in this game. Peterborough Lakers lead the Six Nations Arrows 6-4. As a reminder, Six Nations leads the series 1-0. So Peterborough looking to even things up as they head back to the Memorial Center. Looking around the league out-of-town scoreboard, Orangeville Beaches tied still at 3-3. So a very different looking game there than we saw on Friday night up in Orangeville. Much lower scoring. That's going into the second intermission now. So 3-3, going to be a doozy over there. Another good one going on between St. Catharines and Burlington, where the Athletics continue to lead the Blaze by a score of 4-2. The only not close game of the night, Mimico up 9-4 on the Brampton Excelsiors, extending that lead that they had last night. So wanted to mention the difference here between, say, the Beaches Orangeville series and this series. Peterborough losing game one as the home seed, an easier path. They can win tonight, they go back, and they can just defend home floor the rest of the way, and they'll be fine. For Beaches, pretty much a must-win tonight at home at Ted Reeve. Trying to win 2 more at Tony Rose is a tall task. Obviously, 3 in a row against an Orangeville team, going to be a tall task. The team's going home to defend their home floor. I have obviously more on the line as a good play by Josh Rickey to get things going here for Six Nations, and we're going to see their power play go to work, I think, for the first time. They had one more penalty called against Peterborough, ended up getting wiped out by a 6-on-5 goal by Dalen John Hill. So we'll see this power play go to work. If the 6-on-5 was any indication, look for them to shade heavily towards Noah Snyder. Jimerson's going to run the point, Hamill on the shooter, and then Snyder on the righty shooter. This is Snyder. Going to that toe drag look. Over to Hamill. And he strokes it. Matthew Hamill brings the Arrows within 1. I think our viewers are going to have a great view of this. Snyder over to Hamill. You can see the respect paid to the righties. Crowley's going to try to jump in front of this thing. Just doesn't get far enough. Gervais is expecting that to be blocked, I think. Shading towards the short side, but what a shot by Hamill. And no surprise, Six Nations, one of the best third-period overtime teams in the league. No surprise they come out strong here in the third. Another extended battle here. This one's going to go the way of Six Nations after a violation by the Lakers, but I don't think we've seen one clean face-off win all night. John Hill up to Snyder. Just goes to that step back. Nice save as Sinfield picks up the loose ball. Repeat possessions here for Six Nations as suddenly the momentum feels like it's changed. Matthew Hamill again. This is Sinfield. Looking for Hamill inside. Well defended by a combination of White and Connell. As Connell will lead the break, and look out, Rude's open. Good hustle getting back in there from Porter. It's Kenny Porter making a good play, although Rude collects the loose ball. 15 seconds remaining on the shot clock, so enough time to get into whatever set they want. This is Rude. Over to Drimmy. Down to Sage. Over to Rude again. Good look at the end of that clock. I think they might have missed Daniel Clark in there. He was open. Again, something we've seen throughout the OJLL playoffs. The windows get shorter come playoff time. I think we've seen guys across the board just looking for bigger windows that aren't going to come. Sometimes you got to just throw it in there and trust your teammates. Jimerson. This is Snyder. Looking to get that shot off again, and he will. Nice save by Gervais. Didn't look comfortable. They kept the ball out as Snyder's got some jam here going in the third period. Looking to get that big shot off every chance he gets. This is Michael Blaymeyers back in the game, so good to see him returning. Bit of a miscommunication here. No one for Drimmy to throw it to, and then another moving pick. Adding to a long list of those infractions we've seen today. This is Sinfield again working with it, working with Hamill. Over to Jimerson. This is Cole Powless, I believe. Kalen Smith, excuse me. But swallowed up by Gervais. Peterborough is trying to force you down the alley into those shots. You can live with some of them, but Gervais is obviously pretty good in those low angles. Clark. Now to Watson. To Sage. Now to Wood. Watch for these underneath moves here. Good possession from Kenny Porter and Lewis Alfred. Break for Six Nations. Nice save by Gervais. That was Quinn Brennan running the floor. Good looking player for Six Nations. As Snyder gets his pocket picked there by Wyatt Higgins. A lot of good defenders on this Peterborough team. Up to White. White looking like he's going to stay and play. Now he'll head to the bench. Wood down to Drimmy. This is Mason Cree. Over to Drimmy. Lex for that outside shot again. Fought off by Thompson. But a reset earned. Fresh legs coming in as Sage jumps over the boards for the Lakers. Clark to Blaemeyers. Working from that half boards. Look for Creed in the middle here. Back to Blaemeyers. Low to high, field goal is good. Clark getting double teamed late in the possession. See what he can create. Good look to Wood, but a nice save there by Thompson. That's a great set of defense there for Six Nations. Played about a minute straight, but no real good looks. As Palace takes it over the timeline. Transfers to Snyder, who kicks it over to Joe Squire. Didn't catch the block shot there. Snyder looking to get his shot going again. Nonetheless, Peterborough will bring it over the line with Connell. He's going to head to the bench now. As Finley Watson operates for Peterborough. Back to Cree, getting a regular O shift now. Over to Wood. Again, this isolation play. And another good look, another good save. Same thing we've seen really throughout the game there. Pretty good D by Lewis Alfred trying to hang in there. Wood has proven to be a load to deal with in those ISO situations here as Sinfield brings it over for Six Nations. And this game's got some real pace to it. Jimerson now to Hamill. Good finish by William White. White's a good-looking defender for Peterborough. Gervais is either getting a water break here or an equipment issue, but we'll take a brief pause here. Seems like we've been playing pretty much straight here. We had a couple goals, a couple penalties, but only 8:25 in real time here, so we're getting through this game pretty quickly. 14 minutes to go, 6-5 lead for the Lakers. Again, mentioned it throughout the broadcast, but Six Nations has gone to overtime 5 times this year, including 4 wins and several other one-goal games as well. They're comfortable in these late-game scenarios. So if you're Peterborough, the longer you let them stick around, the more the legend continues to grow for the Arrows and their miraculous overtime season here. We'll see Blaemeyers inbound to Rude. And we'll see what Peterborough has drawn up here out of the timeout there. Drimmy, well defended by Ricky. Now it's Sage. That was excellent defense, that possession from Josh Ricky and Blaze Becker, just containing Drimmy and Sage there. This is Noah Snyder going to work. Flips it back to Jimerson. Scramble play. Hamill finds himself in front, but 4 Lakers jumping in the way to make sure nothing got through. It's a hard-working Lakers team, something that was referenced to me before the game. Pretty honest bunch of players here. They play the game the right way, looking to get in front of block shots, and the same goes for Six Nations. Here's Wood working on Porter. Wood gets in again. Just getting his way on the one-on-one stuff, but Thompson says the best predictor of behavior is past behavior. I'm going to stuff you again. Sinfield now for Six Nations. Back to John Hill. Looking for a shot. Can't find one. Snyder working out of the windup. That's going to get blocked by Peterborough. Good. Frank Coyle just caught that shot. I think Gervais would rather just let him get through. Sometimes those tips can get a little funky. Doesn't bite him there. Clock continues to tick here. Wood to Drimmy. Now to Clark. Surveying, looking for something. Finds Wood. Can't connect on the pass. Sage can't find anything he likes. Another good set here from Six Nations. Their defense been really strong here. Obviously with the knowledge of a good goaltender sitting behind them. This is Matthew Hamill now for Six Nations. Beats his man, gets in, and scores! Back-to-back goals for Matthew Hamill, and this thing is tied up. As the saying goes, we got a ball game. Great seal there from Squire. You can just see him sealing his own man. I played with Kyle Waters. He was the best at that. Just sealing your own man, it allows the Dodger, once you get underneath, you know that nobody can help you. Great job by Squire doing the work, getting his own guy, and Hamill gets inside and buries it. We got ourselves a tie game here. Rude going to work here for Peterborough. He'd like to get back on the score sheet after a hot start. Drimmy goes for the behind the back pass, picked off by Porter, who beats a check here. Oh, rings off the post. Ricky with an opportunity, and he's going to score. Josh Ricky making a play for the Arrows. And you can hear the crowd is alive here at the ILA. What a play by Porter. Kenny Porter getting it up the floor, and then Thompson manages to keep his feet out of the crease. Gervais couldn't find the rebound there. Good celly for Ricky as well. This Six Nations team, just you can never count them out. Seem to love the third period comebacks. Sure, the fans here at the ILA would prefer they didn't always leave it till the third period, but more late magic here from Six Nations. Obviously, lots of lacrosse left to be played. This is on the Peterborough. Yeah, it's we're going to have a penalty here. Peterborough had 6 guys out on the floor. That's a good call from Joel Furman. Couple, bad bounces for Peterborough in a row there. The goal and then The miscommunication leading to 6 players on the floor. How often have we seen one thing lead to another like that? Gillingham, excuse me, going to serve the penalty for Peterborough. Feels like pretty much a must kill for the Lakers, given how this game is going. And Snyder snipes it. Noah Snyder stays hot in these 2024 OJLL playoffs, and the home crowd loves it. Peterborough tries to jump the ball in the corner, and Snyder says, "You've been shutting me off on these power plays. I might not get another chance. I'm going to take this one." Seemed like he was pretty low on the wing there. Finds a way to get it in the short side. This game was 6-4 for Peterborough at the second intermission. Now 8-6 for Six Nations. It's a game of runs, folks. We've seen it so many times. And once more, once more we see it rear its head. Good loose ball by Crowley, though. Who's going to be the guy to break the ice here for Peterborough? It's been tough sledding after those first few minutes. Wood now, over to Clark. Working with Blaymeyers. Good look inside. Just couldn't quite connect. Wales were set there on the defense for Six Nations. Now John Hill, wouldn't he love to put one more in there? Over to Snyder. This is Jimerson. Oh boy, that didn't miss by much. It almost got a rebound too. There's less than 10 minutes to play now. Too early to look at the clock if you're Peterborough, but won't stop their fans from sneaking a peek here. Clark to Rude. Over to Drimmy. Another cross pick. Gonna be an outside shot at the end of that. Well saved by Thompson here. As Yanni Thompson carries it over the line. Leaves it for Squire, who gets jumped. Look out here. Good piece of defending from Wyatt Higgins. Up the floor. This is Connell. And Reset comes out with it. Much to the delight of this home crowd. Sinfield now working. Jimerson. Now to Snyder, looking to uncork that shot again. Why not? Crowley reads it well. Nick Crowley on the breakaway for the Lakers. Well saved by Thompson. Good hustle on that by Dalen John Hill as well. Just never let Crowley feel comfortable. Never let him think about what he was going to do. Does his best to get a pretty good shot off, but well saved. And this clock remains stays ticking. Cortez in the corner. Over to Sinfield. Gervais didn't see that one till the last second, but finds a way to keep it out. Good pressure in the corner from Six Nations. Hamill working on it. This is on the Peterborough time. I think, Hamill might have been better off just leave that one on the ground. This is Gillingham. Pressured now by Alfred, I believe. Excuse me, that was McKay Jimerson on the pressure. Jaden Jimerson, excuse me. As Rude hunts that top corner. Thompson says, I gave it to you once in the first quarter, not giving it to you again. Crowd looking for a call, and they're going to get one. What a call that is. 6.5 left in the game. Hidden ball trick. Gervais doesn't see it. John Hill's got the ball. Now he's going to snuff it out. You just tell Snyder's waiting to shoot it. Slashing is the call for Peterborough, who will head back to the penalty kill here for the second time in just a few minutes. Obviously, the last one was pretty much an immediate goal. As breaking news here, 5-3 now for the Orangeville Northmen over the Toronto Beaches. Same score, 5-3 for St. Catharines over Burlington, 10-5 Mimico over Brampton. But Orangeville coming out of that second period break with some juice at Ted Reeve Arena, pushing that lead to 2. Squire working down low, up to Snyder. Fought off by Gervais, but look out here. Noah Snyder's going to operate from behind the net. Up to Jimerson, John Hill now. This is John Hill, Joe Squire. Aggressive defense up top, that's Trumbull. Pretty good look, nice save by Gervais. Trumbull's going the other way now. Be careful you don't get trail checked. Decision time for Peterborough. Do you go for try to score, or do you just kill this clock? 5.5. You need 2 goals. Obviously, you got lots of time, but it's been a real slog since they scored 4 goals in the first 5-ish or so minutes of this game. Drimmy's just going to put one on net late. Fought off by Thompson. 40 seconds left on the power play, so this will be the last full possession here on the power play for Six Nations. Different look this time, going strong right. Snyder running it from up top. This is Dalen John Hill to Snyder. Good pick from Cortez. And Gervais took that one right in the helmet. Looks like he's going to be okay. Boy, Snyder doesn't need much time and doesn't need much of a green light to shoot it. He's been looking to hammer it every time he touches it here, and it's been a good strategy in a series where goals have been proving hard to come by here. 10 seconds left on the power play now for Peterborough, so they'll get their 5th guy out. We'll see if Wood wants to test it before then. This is Nicholas Rude now. Sage looking to make a play at the end of the shot clock. Good defense by the Arrows. That was Cole Powlis, Blaze Becker, and Lewis Alfred triple teaming the ball there at the end on Sage. Got to be careful here with the ball. Well handled by Cortez. He's in on Gervais alone. Nice Trumbull. Boy, remember that play if Peterborough can find a way back in this game. Oh, we're going to have an interference call behind the play, or ahead of the play, I suppose. 6-on-5 opportunity. That's great news if you're a Lakers fan. Killing their own clock here just a little bit, though. This is Daniel Clark. Good save by Thompson. Didn't catch which Arrows player it was, but everyone putting their bodies on the line, making it tough to get anything through. Colby Wood. Good defense by Jaden Jimerson to Clark. Bounce pass to Wood. Got time to get a shot off here. Well done. Number 28 there. Griffin Crowder for Six Nations. Good eat. Don't rub it. 3 minutes, 4 seconds left here. It's going to be an interference call or a cross-checking call. Kind of take your pick. It was a shove to a streaking Peterborough player up ahead of the play here. So Clark's going to bring this thing in. Strong right look for the Lakers. Clark, Wood, and Rude up top.
2 minutes for legal caution. Time of that penalty, 3:04.
Clark gets a pretty good look. Nice save by Thompson. Hard to overstate how good Thompson's been after a couple goals in those first 5 minutes. It's been tough for Peterborough, especially in this period. Sinfield in! Fought off by Gervais, keeping this game alive for the Lakers. Feels like he pretty much has to shut the door from here on out for Peterborough to have a chance. Nicholas Rude, Blaymeyers, Clark, Colby Wood. Looking for something for Rude here. Now to Blaymeyers. There's that underhand shot, well saved by Thompson. Got to kill all this clock. If you're Six Nations, under 2 now. It's officially time to look at the clock if you're Peterborough. You got to... John Hill gets in. And Gervais just keeping this thing alive for the Lakers. You got to go a little bit quicker here if you're Peterborough. Time is against you. And they're going to take the timeout. I think that's a good call. Obviously, you can only use 1 per period, so they won't have an opportunity to draw up a 6-on-5. But with the power play now, preserve as much of the power play as you can. Ideally, score 1 here on the power play, and then probably try to draw up a 6-on-5 play while you're at it, so you had something ready. Ideally, if you score, then also if you don't score. Here's the look at the last goal from Ricky. Gervais just wasn't able to find it off the breakaway. And then this is going to be the power play goal from Snyder. Peterborough tries to jump it on the perimeter. But Snyder loves shooting out of that back pedal. Hammers it there to the near side hip. Checking in around the league here. 5-4 now for Orangeville Northman over the Toronto Beaches. 6-4 for St. Catharines over Burlington. 10-6 for Mimico over the Brampton Excelsiors. Don't have exact numbers. About just over 10.5 left in that game between Orangeville and Beaches. Matt Collison just got his hat-trick goal to bring Beaches back within 1 as we jump back here inside the ILA. Clark to Colby Wood. Daniel Clark running the point here. Back to Clark. Over to Wood. Clark. Wood. Going for the quick stick. No dice. They were looking for an up pick for Rude there. Good play design, I thought, by coaching staff. Just wasn't able to find it. Six Nations doing a good job keeping their penalty kill formation really condensed. Forcing guys to beat them from the outside. So far, Thompson's held up on all of those. You can hear the crowd likes it here as Jimerson rags it in the corner. No call. Minute left here for Peterborough as they bring it up the floor. No timeout, obviously just took it. The time is of the essence here. Rude to Clark, up to Colby Wood. Daniel Clark operating, coming off the pick. To Blaymeyers. To Wood, another save by Thompson. And Six Nations, if they hold on to the ball, can take this thing right down to 6 seconds. Peterborough's got to pressure it. They don't have time. They need 2. Tough to double team, obviously. But they got to try to get some pressure on the ball here. As it certainly seems like we were heading towards another third period comeback for the Six Nations Arrows, who just love the late game drama. Well, a team that on Tuesday night wasn't sure if they were going to make the playoffs is now 1 game away from heading to the second round as Six Nations defeats the Peterborough Lakers 8-6 and takes a 2-0 lead in this first round of the 2024 OJLL playoffs. What a game for Six Nations. 6-4 at the intermission. They come out and score 4 goals in the third period. Finally solved Gervais. Players of the game for me, Snyder obviously was good, but Saga Thompson. Talked a lot about Connor O'Toole, Thomas Kaiser on the broadcast last week. Thompson saying, hey, stick my name in there with those guys. Should be a good series the rest of the way. You'll be hearing plenty more from me and everyone else at JVI and the OJLL for the rest of the first round. We'll see you. Thanks for joining us on this Sunday night.
Place of poison.